YouTube has been my best friend for a very, very long time now. But you know when you're young and you're growing apart from one of your childhood friends and you're desperately trying to cling on even though you know it's probably not right for you anymore and it may even be holding you back? That's kind of how I feel about YouTube right now. Now I know this video is going to sound way too serious and melodramatic for some of you, but it's okay. Roll your eyes at me, laugh. Some of you are going to get it, and this video is for you guys. I'm usually much too self-conscious to like fully express myself on camera, but I'm just going to try to do it for this video because I've been wanting to do this for quite a while now. It used to be if you sat in front of your computer all day, day after day, people would be like concerned for you and think you're weird for that, but now that we have smartphones, it's just so normalized. It very quickly changed to something that people are on 24/7 without even giving it a second thought. Now, I'm not really someone who's like addicted to the scroll of short form content. My problem is YouTube, especially since I got Bluetooth headphones like 9 or 10 years ago or something. My YouTube consumption has gone absolutely crazy. I listen to YouTube while I cook, while I clean, while I drive, while I wash my dog, when I get ready in the morning. Whenever I'm not actively having to like fully focus on something, I'm usually listening to YouTube. And with all of these thoughts and words of other people going into my ears and going into my mind, sometimes I feel like I'm not leaving room for me to like fully experience my life, which I know sounds so dramatic, but that is just how I feel. That is what I keep coming back to. Like I'm just not leaving enough room for my full human experience. And when this feeling comes up, I always have plenty of excuses to just get back on my endless YouTube consumption and not take this concern seriously. I work from home, I don't interact with coworkers, I use it to soothe my anxieties, my overthinking, my repetitive thoughts, and while all of these things are true, I do still find myself coming back to that feeling of no, I need to stop consuming so much. I need to be present. I need to be with myself. I need to be fully experiencing my life for what it is. So this week, I am quitting YouTube and all social media. What are the rules for this week? Number 1, no watching or listening to YouTube videos, obviously. 2, no scrolling on Instagram, no scrolling on Twitter, no TikTok, even though I don't go on there. 3, I'm allowed to listen to music, but only if it's instrumental, and no podcasts and no audiobooks. Now, I do have one little exception, kind of a big exception. Me and my husband do typically watch YouTube and movies while we're eating dinner and, you know, after work time. Although I do consider that more of like a social thing and like a bonding time thing. And I don't want to punish him just because I'm doing this challenge. As long as he's picking what we're watching and I'm just watching it with him, then I'll allow it. Same thing goes for music. If he's playing his own music in the car, I won't punish him. I'm also going to lock the YouTube Studio app on my phone for only 5 minutes a day. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but we'll see because I do tend to check the YouTube Studio app a lot, like way too much, a little obsessive. The YouTube Studio app is for creators, just so you know, like I check my ASMR analytics and comments and stuff a lot. So as you can probably imagine, I've been thinking about this for a while and I have tried to do this a couple times before. But since I didn't have something holding me accountable, I only lasted a couple of days, and that includes cheating. But it's about 4:30 on Sunday, so the challenge begins now. I know I said I was scared to fall asleep with no YouTube because I've been falling asleep with YouTube for like over 10 years now. But thankfully I was like dead tired, which I think worked in my favor. Not only was it the first day of daylight savings time, but the day before I had picked up my parents from the airport at midnight, and the day before that I got really awful sleep. So I was super tired and I went to bed very early. I forced myself to read a little bit of my book before falling asleep so I could get like extra sleepy, and I fell asleep like no issues at all. I did wake up a few times throughout the night, but I resisted that urge to like put on an ASMR video, and honestly I had no issues. So I'm crossing my fingers that it stays that way because I am scared about the sleeping situation. Just like a lot of people, my mind like races when I'm trying to fall asleep, so I definitely use YouTube to tune that out and like focus on what the person is saying rather than what my brain is saying, because it's never anything good, especially when I'm trying to fall asleep. When I was getting ready to film today, I thought like, oh, I'm gonna be able to get ready so fast without listening to anything because I'm not gonna be distracted. I don't think that was the case, but I'm also on my period, which makes me like very picky about how I look and stuff, so I need to get started on editing today. I did a little bit of editing this morning and last night after I talked to you, but the thing with editing is I always utilize YouTube as like my little break time reset. So I don't know what I'm gonna do during my little breaks. Perhaps not stare at a screen? Perhaps that would be good. Yeah. I now need to look through 83 video clips that I took today while filming, figure out which ones are going to my editor and which ones just need to be thrown in the garbage. Oh my god, especially when I'm on my period. I'm like so hypercritical while filming and it takes me so long and I have so many different takes and not my favorite part. I need to edit. Okay, let's go. In case you were curious, it turned into 16 clips and 1 or 2 thumbnails. So 83 to 16. That's actually crazy and something I really need to work on. Also, wouldn't it be wonderful to not compare myself so much? Like, hopefully by not consuming anyone else's YouTube videos or Instagram posts, I'll feel a little more secure in myself and my video length, how I look, stuff like that. Because let's face it, there are so many beautiful, perfect looking women on social media. It's hard sometimes, honestly. And also looking at yourself so much when you edit your own videos, it's like, ugh. It's hard not to like get really down in the details. But this video that I was just reviewing right now is going to my editor, so that helps me a lot because then I don't have to like nitpick every single second. Okay, I have to do ASMR overlays now, so bye, I'll check in later. Now, it's not that I necessarily don't like cooking. In fact, I do it most nights and I don't mind it. It's just that I'm always listening to something while doing it. So I anticipate being very bored and very impatient while cooking dinner tonight. I'm just gonna make the classic dinner that I always make, which is like a bowl of sorts, quinoa, vegetable, tofu, potatoes, beets. So let's cook, no distractions, no music, no YouTube, no anything. You've come over here for tofu, haven't you? You want tofu? Somehow he can smell when I open the tofu container. Mixing a little bit of miso paste with water and adding it to your vegetables makes them so good. Definitely recommend if you've never tried it. Why does the wine burn your eyes? And this is what happens when I'm too busy editing and not paying attention. Although I didn't want to waste the toast, so I cut off the burnt bits. I was basically editing for most of the day, which made me not want to look at my computer at all when I didn't have to be. Something about staring at myself and editing so intensely, like literally fries my brain. I really didn't want to do anything with the rest of the day. I hate that I'm so affected by the weather, like it's actually kind of pathetic. It's dark and dreary and rainy and I just want to be at home and curl up into a ball. However, I thought it best to get ready and go out into the world instead of just being at home because, although I don't want to say it was a bad day, like I did accomplish things that I needed to do. I actually feel like this whole not consuming social media thing is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It's kind of making me just want to like unplug from the digital world even more, although I can't really because technically it's my job, which I am very grateful for. Anyways, okay, let's go out into the world. I feel like there was no better fitting way to end this than actually being outside in nature. Okay, there's totally people here that can see me filming right now, but we're gonna keep going. So how did my little social media break go? I actually really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna keep it going without being as strict and serious about it. Now, of course, I did have to log in a little bit for work, but I didn't feel like a very strong pull to like start scrolling, you know? Now, my goal for this challenge was to be more present, more in the moment, less distracted, to experience the everyday little moments of life, like more fuller. No matter how dull, no matter how boring, just to experience life on like a more full scale. I would say that we definitely met that goal. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking, were you like so productive? Were you like not distracted at all? Did you stop procrastinating? And no, I definitely still procrastinated. But I would say it was in a more productive way. Like I cleaned a lot and I read a lot more. Something about putting classical music on in my earbuds like motivated me so much. I absolutely loved listening to all the classical and instrumental music. I'm definitely going to keep that up. I just feel like it influences me in such a more positive way than like the typical music that I would listen to. By Friday, I definitely wanted to cheat. I will say I was struggling with some anxiety this week. Don't think it was related to the challenge at all, and I'm honestly impressed that I didn't use that as an excuse to just go back to my endless YouTube consumption. I did cheat a couple times at night because I just desperately needed to sleep and I didn't feel like torturing myself. Like this wasn't about torturing myself. It was to see if I preferred this different way of living, as dramatic as that may sound. Now, what were the differences that I noticed? Was I less stressed? Although I was super anxious this week, I did feel like less high strung. Usually I'm very high strung, like wound up very tightly when I'm doing stuff. And I'm thinking it may have something to do with constantly having something in my ear. Like when I was listening to instrumental music, instead that relaxed my body instead of tensed me up like some of the other stuff I had been listening to. One funny thing is I kept getting songs stuck in my head. It kind of felt nostalgic, honestly. Like to have a song stuck in your head so hard that like even when you're trying to fall asleep, you're repeating that same lyric over and over again. I don't know, something about it was nostalgic. I didn't have that typical like distraction from the song stuck in my head. I actually didn't mind it. I'm currently trying to fight off an army of ants that are trying to attack my phone right now. I was a little bit lonely at certain points, but like not so much that it really felt like I needed to log back onto YouTube. Now, almost every single time that I opened Instagram, whether it was accidental or to post something for myself, I had negative emotions. Like I either felt jealous of the person that popped up and what they had, what their house looked like or whatever, or just like I wasn't doing enough. So I'm really thinking there's absolutely no reason for me to be scrolling on Instagram. It's just too much of a comparison trap for me personally. So from here on, what will I be doing? I'm definitely going to keep the time limits on my phone for the apps. It's such a good and easy reminder to not be going on there for entertainment, to scroll, to do whatever. I loved reading at night instead of watching YouTube. I'm definitely going to keep that up. It really did help me feel more fulfilled in the life that I'm living in a way of like, not that I really changed what I was doing, but I was just more present, like more appreciative of the moments that I have here on this beautiful earth. I was consuming a lot of media. Now I do love my little entertainment YouTube movie time in the evening with my husband. I think that's how media is supposed to be consumed, right? Not something that you consume all day, day in and day out, even at nighttime. So if you have been addicted to the scroll, or you've just been thinking about taking a break, I really suggest it. Why not see how it affects you, how it affects your mood, if it makes you feel more relaxed, if it makes you feel more a part of your own life. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.